Hello and welcome to this week's Buyside weekly webinar. My name is Eric Williams. I'm your account manager here at Buyside, and today we'll be covering generating seller leads with your home valuation site. Before we get started, we'll run over just a quick agenda of what we'll be talking about on this webinar. First, we'll start with what is a home valuation site, or what we call an HVS. We'll talk about what is on the HVS, how to market my HVS, and how to track my seller leads once we generate those leads off of our home valuation site. Before we get into it, I just want to make sure that you are aware of some resources that you have at your fingertips. The first one being our Buyside Insiders group on Facebook. If you go to www.buysideinsiders.com, you'll be able to join that Facebook group that is comprised of all users, insiders or users of Buyside, where you can share your tips and tricks or ask questions how to best leverage Buyside in general. It's a great way to ask questions of your peers, and it's a great resource that you may not know about. Additionally, if you have any questions, we have a world-class support team. If you just email support@getbuyside.com, they'll be able to reach back out to you. There, we pride ourselves on our responsiveness, and we hope to help you if you have any questions or if something seems off. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Additionally, we have a help center, which I'll point out later on in this webinar, which there's a ton of tips, tricks, videos, webinars, articles, all kinds of stuff to help you succeed with Buyside. All right, let's get going. First, we're going to come to your dashboard, your Buyside dashboard, and we're going to start on our marketing suite. So you'll see marketing or home valuation site at the top of your dashboard. In a second, we're going to click into your home valuation site. Your home valuation site is a site that is your very own to help generate seller leads digitally. So we'll be able to show marketing in just a minute. But at first, I want to run over and explain what is on that home valuation site. Then we'll get into the marketing portion and tracking as well. So if you want to check out your own home valuation site, there is a preview my site button here. We simply click and we are brought to our landing page. You'll see your own unique URL here, and you'll see your homepage that should have your image and your contact information. Any leads that are generated from your home valuation site are sent to you. You will receive an email as well as be able to track on your dashboard from there. So let's put our homeowner hat on, and we are a homeowner that came across this home valuation site, and we want to learn a little bit more about our valuation of our property and some more information that goes along with it. So we will enter our address, 4060 Ventura Avenue. It will auto suggest the address here. If I were to click on it, it'll generate the report. One thing I want to note while this report comes up is something that differentiates and which we think is awesome is, as you notice, there is no forced registration. Me as a homeowner and as a consumer, we're in a culture of immediacy right now, where we kind of want the answers up front, not have to give away contact information. It also leads to a higher quality of lead. So as you see, your consumers and your sphere of influence will want to see that information up front. If they have any questions, they'll reach out to you. And so we'll try to get their information along the way. But when they do, it's a higher quality lead. As we see here, we have our report. I am Joe Broker, the agent, and my contact information. We can see 4060 Ventura Avenue, Miami, Florida, 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,500 square foot. If, as the homeowner, I just added a half bath or what have you, I have the ability to verify my ownership and to make that edit right there on the report. As the agent, I will see that contact information and that interaction with the report that the homeowner had. We will get notification of that both on the dashboard and via email. They also have the ability to claim ownership here, which is the same type process where they can interact with the report, claim ownership. We get their contact information, their first, last name, and email address, and they get to claim their ownership and build out a portfolio if they have multiple properties. The second call to action here would be a monthly report. The homeowner has a chance to enter their first name, last name, email address. It's not a ton of information there. They can sign up. So every month they can be kept aware of how much their valuation has gone up or down. They can revisit this report anytime they want. Great way to keep your name and branding in front of that consumer or that potential home seller. So when they are ready to sell, they know to remember to reach out to Joe Broker. We scroll down, we see just what we said, want to know what your home is worth. This is where we hit them first. As agents in the real estate industry, we know everything. We know about Zestimates and their what they propose as the range of valuations. We also know that there are other AVMs out there, but consumers typically don't. They do know about Zestimates, and they oftentimes take it as gospel. So what we do is we want to hit them with 3 different valuations, and we know that there are 3 computer-generated models. No 3 computers or any computers can walk a home or tell that there have been upgrades or added a half bath or what have you. And this is why they need us as a trusted advisor, a real estate advisor here. So we show these 3, trying to a little bit of confusion and have a question come up in that homeowner's mind is, why is there's this range here? As we can see in this case, from 749 to 1.6. That's going to be plenty enough to generate that question and have them ask, why is there this range? And we can let them know that these are computers. They don't know about these changes. They're just simply going off a bed bath count and square footage, which may or may not be correct. So this is why you need me as the trusted advisor to come over and give you a proper valuation of your property. And this is where they can do that. If you scroll down, they can contact me, Joe, as the trusted real estate agent. Just quick form right here where they can reach out. As we scroll down, we see condition of this property slider. Everybody thinks their property is in excellent condition, so we drop it on needs work, and they can claim ownership. So if I click on the button, they can simply verify. As we scroll, we have our new equity components here, which you may or may not have seen. So we have the first component here is equity in your home, where we'd like to give some more information of the about their property, their largest asset in their portfolio, give some more information on the well-being of their property, such as what kind of equity do you currently have in your home? We pull from public records. We can see that the last mortgage that was on this property is a 30-year loan at this percentage for this amount at this date. So we can see and give them that information. If something has changed, they made some extra payments on their loan, they could make those edits simply here under edit details in 2 different spots. And they can see the estimated equity change from there. These portions are provided by your partners, as we can see here. So don't be afraid to reach out to your, if you have questions yourself, or if you want to bring your loan officer partner along to answer questions to your potential client, we can do that. So please don't hesitate to reach out to your partners to ask any questions, or if you want to bring them along, this would be a good spot if you have consumers that have questions about their equity. We continue on down. We can see what you've paid so far, a sales proceeds calculator that they can play with, and using your equity, just giving them some ideas that they could, if they were to sell their property, how could they use their equity? As we continue, we have our buyer heat map here, very much like a weather map. Darker the color, the higher the concentration of activity. In this case, it's buyer activity. We can see where buyers are looking and where they may not be. This is helpful in a couple different ways. One, it's a pretty neat visualization to be able to deliver to your consumer in an automated fashion like this. 2, it's also helpful to be able to see where the market is right now and where people are looking. And as a trusted real estate advisor, we must know why people are looking in these areas. So when that homeowner comes to you and asks that question, why am I in a dark red area? Why am I not? Why is there no demand there? It's a great way to be able to help in those pricing conversations as well. When you give your opinion of the valuation of the property, demand has to play a role into it, and we can visualize it here. We continue to scroll. We see by price range and by bedroom count, just some more information of how people are out there searching buyers in real time. The next section is online activity in the last 90 days. These stats reflect all buyer online activities, including registered buyers, online inquiries, showing visits, open house sign-ins, et cetera, coming from hundreds of different sites that we're able to source to be able to get a good look at what buyers are looking at currently. At the top of the funnel, we can see in the entire state, and then we start drilling down as it becomes more relevant to the property. We can see here that within a 5-mile radius, in the home's price range, and then activities within a 5-mile radius within the home's price range looking for a 4-bedroom count, which this property is. Ultimately, we can get to show how many buyers are looking for a property similar to their property that are working with one of your colleagues that you can reach out to. So this is a huge differentiator where they can actually look at real buyers, the buyer inventory, some insights into your brokerage's buyer inventory. And we can get little snapshots here of anonymized buyers by buyer ID and just learn a little bit more about what these buyers are looking for. You'll also see these calls to action throughout. As you could imagine, being able to, as a homeowner, seeing 42 buyers working with your brokerage right now would trigger me to probably reach out. So we give them that ability to reach out and to contact the agent, you, the trusted advisor. As we continue to scroll, we have supply side trends quarter over quarter. We can see homes sold per quarter in this zip code across all price ranges. A little bit more about median sold price and number of homes sold in the last 90 days in this zip code. We continue to scroll and we see recent nearby sales. These are just what they say, recent nearby sales. These are not comps. If you want comps as a homeowner, please reach out to your agent. Just some more reminders, if they have any equity questions or about mortgage, they do have the ability to reach out to your partners. And then one more opportunity to reach out to sign up for a monthly report. So that is the report. We talked a little bit about what the report is, what's on the report, how to speak to some of it as well. Now, how to market your report. Inside of your marketing suite, you'll see 3 different baked-in tools. One, if you have not done this already, I suggest doing it right after this webinar, is your email signature. It's a simple copy and paste into your email signature. You send hundreds of emails per month or what have you. Why not use them to start generating leads, whether they're going for personal, or you could even put it in your, you put it not only in your business email signature, but your personal email signature is a great way. It'd be great to generate leads for wherever you can. So this is a great way to do it, to let people know that you're there to help. Number 2 is equally, if not more important, as we know that social media is super powerful and we have spheres of influence that follow us, and you want to remind them that you are still in real estate and you can help them. It's a great way on social media. So the second tab is to share on social media. We can see if you scroll over the icons, we're tied in with over 180 different social media platforms. The top 3, obviously the big 3, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, a simple click of the button. And you'll be brought to an automated post here where we would like for you to have a strong call to action. Because as we know, there's a lot of things on Facebook or on social media in general. We need to give people the reason to stop and check out what is going on. So you could let people know that this is your home valuation tool. If you're very curious about your valuation of your property, here's a no cost, no obligation way to check it. It'll give you 3 AVMs. If you're curious, check it out. You know what, even give them a reason to reach out to you. Ask them, which does the homeowner think is the most accurate valuation of the property? A great way for them to give them the reason to click on it and to run their address and reach out to you. And then a simple post to Facebook. Something I want to point out before we go, 2 things really. One would be if you have a professional page that you manage, a simple click on share on a page you manage, it'll send you there. If you have any questions about calls to action, we do have an article in our help center that gives you plenty of ideas to help you pick the right one that is best for your sphere of influence. I'll show you how to get to the help center in just a minute, but I want to show you, I'll let you know that there is help there if you can't think of a call to action. The third tool, which is this gear, is if you have a personal professional site and you would like to drop your widget code in there so people can have that search experience on your personal professional site, the widget code is there. You can hand it off to your developer, or if it's easy enough for you to drop in, please do so. Now, after marketing it, we can track our leads. So if we go to the My Seller Leads tab, we can track our leads as they come in. We can see the name, email address, if they've left it, the owner's name, the address, last report activity, valuations, and any actions if you want to archive. First thing we'll check out is the address of the property. Everything is timestamped. You can see if there are any actions taken. The button is illuminated, monthly, inquiry, or claim their property. It is timestamped as well. We can see I ran this test just before, the Joe Broker. So you can see the name that and email address that was left behind will automatically pull back from public record the name of the homeowner. So we can compare. If you would like to send out any postcards to anybody, you could download the results. You could download to Avery Labels. It's a great way to follow up with perhaps maybe leads that did not leave any contact information, just to remind them to come back to it or to ask you any questions if they had it. Again, inside the Help Center, there are great articles on how to follow up, as well as suggested verbiage if you wanted to send out postcards to follow up with not only the leads that did leave information, but perhaps ones that did not. To follow up on that, to get to the Help Center, you can go scroll over your name, click on, and it'll bring you to our Help Center. It's an easy search functionality here. So if I had, if I want to search valuations, we can do that. Or one of the suggestions that I had before is a call to action. So we can see calls to action for social media, direct email, and more. So we could check that out, click on it, and it'll bring us to the article. Before we get going, I want to remind you to join the Buyside Insiders group at buysideinsiders.com. Or if you have any questions, please reach out to support@getbuyside.com and our support team will help you. I appreciate you taking the time to attend today's webinar, and please enjoy. And I encourage you to get into your account right now and start clicking around and start sharing your home valuation site, start generating seller leads right now. Thanks for attending today's webinar.